Hey everybody. Sorry I'm a minute late. I am in a hotel and I was trying to log in on my computer and it wouldn't work, so now I'm on my phone, which limits me to see who's here. So as you get here, I'm going to ask you to hi Amel. There we go. That's helpful. All right, everybody. So I'm on my phone. It's difficult to see comments. So as you get here, say hello. I'm going to pull this closer so I can see your comments. And we'll just wait a minute because I actually was trying to log on 3 minutes early. Hi, Virginia. I was trying to log on 3 minutes early on my computer so we could jump in faster, and my computer would not run the video. It kept spinning, something to do with the internet connection at the hotel. So I'm on my phone now, so we'll wait an extra minute or two. Hey, Jim. Hi, Doug. So as you're joining me, I am in a hotel. I'm on my phone. I don't get to see everything the way I get to see it on my computer. So say hi in the comments, and then begin to feel into yourself and start to put your 2-word check-in into the comments. Hi, Sebastian. So it looks like we've got 10 people viewing. I think most of you have said hello. Everybody go ahead and start to put your 2-word check-in in. I'm just going to wait another minute to about 7:04. And then I'm going to start sharing with you the information I want to share. But I want you to ground yourself. I want you to ground yourself by checking in with yourself and just really identifying and being present with whatever it is you're feeling. Hey, Tim. Hi, Patricia. So on my phone, all it's telling me is who is here. If you're typing in your comments, I'm not seeing them. And that's okay. I'm just going to wait another minute or till 7:04. I'm trusting that you're putting your 2-word comments in, or your 2-word check-in rather, in the comments, and I'll be able to review those. Hi, Soleil. All right, it's 7:04. Everybody take a nice big breath in. As you exhale, just fully present yourself, fully land here. I feel slightly distracted because I was all ready to be 4 minutes early on my computer, and when I started my when I hit go live, it would not go live, so I had to scramble and be on my phone. But now I'm fully present with you. I see what I'm going to see, and I feel connected. So I'm going to talk a little bit fast today, but I'm going to try and be very, very, very specific. So if I was going to narrow it in, remember I've been saying to you, we're getting these little pockets of window in the cosmic collective energy. We're getting these little pockets of energies, and the Masters of Light are sharing very specific things that the energies want to support. This coming Saturday, we're going to have an energy update, and boy, is it going to be packed. But for right now, what I really want you to get is that these energies are really taking us to the next level of breaking us out of old patterns. Now, that's a theme of personal growth and personal transformation regularly. And it has been the major theme for the collective since 2020. We all were brought to a screeching halt with the energy saying, okay, species of humans on the planet, we're coming to a screeching halt. We're going to put you in Shelter In, we're going to force you inward metaphorically and literally. And however you embrace that, we're going to force you inward to seriously look at that which is no longer working. Or a lot of people say that which is no longer serving you. And that cliche can easily go over our heads. We can get tired of hearing about looking at what's no longer serving us. But I want to tell you today, even if you've been doing work with me for 5 years or more, especially since 2020, we're in a window right now. It's about a 3-day window leading us up to the Saturday's energy update. This is a window that really wants to support you coming into a level of clarity, seeing things in your life in a new way that can help you create positive change. And I bet you, if you've looked at, here we are on January 30th, the first month of the year, the brand new year, the first month of our mastermind has one more day in it. And I bet you have been, you've had some significant insight, or you've had some significant activity that has inspired you toward where you feel you want to go in this year, and you've had some really solid reason to contract. It's this push-pull. And it's in this push-pull that these energies are bringing us to where we are right now today. And I want you to hear clearly, if you're open, and if you're alert, and if you're paying attention, and if you're willing, that's key. Are you truly willing? Are you willing to see yourself differently today? No matter how much transformation you've gone through, are you willing to see yourself different today and be open to an insight and a revelation about yourself to see something in a level of clarity you haven't before? Are you truly willing? It's easy to say yes, but if you dig deeper, there's a solid answer. It's either yes or it's no. You're not right or wrong for being in the no, but your no will prevent you from actually tapping into the energy and receiving the clarity that wants to come. So that's why I'm posing the question. Here's the very specific thing I'm going to give to you today, that if you can begin to play with and not let it fly over your head, okay? Don't let it fly over your head. We function in multiple realms as a physical being. We function in our physical body. We function in our mental body. We function in our energetic body. And there are many other subtle bodies that we function in, but I want to talk about the mental body, your mind, where your life experiences up until this point have fired and wired your synapses to believe things based on your imprints, to take action based on your repetition. And one of the fastest ways, this is what I don't want you to let fly over your head, one of the fastest ways to become a master of energy, to master your own auric field, to begin to really understand what's possible beyond the way your brain has been fired and wired into limitation, to believing and taking action around limitation. One of the fastest paths to that is understanding, interacting with your thoughts in a way that shifts the frequency of your thoughts is one of your fastest paths. And one of the ways to shift the way you interact with your thoughts, which we're going to talk a lot about on Saturday, because the mastermind theme on Saturday is about self-sabotage. But one of the fastest ways is to understand different types of thoughts create a different frequency. And one of the fastest ways to change the frequency of your thought, your mental body, is to move in a place of curiosity. Now that can seem so simple, but a thought that causes you to feel curious actually shifts the radio dial to a higher frequency. So today, I want you to play with being in a place of curiosity. with the direct intention of creating a pattern interrupt. What do I mean by that? So curiosity sounds like this. What happens when? I love to call it the curiosity of an experiment. Every day I run experiments in my life to keep me in a place of curiosity. So it might sound like this. What happens when I have surgery and I follow every direction that the doctor gives me for healing? I don't resort to my own adaptation of what I think should work or what I don't feel like doing. But what happens when I take the information of the expert and I follow it to the T? I don't know until I do it. But if I don't do it and I revert to my own interpretation based on my old imprints, I don't break my firing and wiring, and I probably don't get the full benefit of the expert's accelerated way to heal my body. I'm using that as an example because someone on the call has gone through surgery and they are dealing with sabotaging themselves by not following the doctor's guidance. What happens when you call your coach and you ask for advice and you get it and then you modify it? You ignore the expertise that you asked for and you're offered it. What happens when I resist not following it and I follow it to the T just for today? What happens? You don't know until you actually take that level of deliberate action. And right now, we are in this energy that wants to help you see things about yourself that will empower you to break bigger patterns that you're not even aware of, that have sabotaged you and kept you from taking the action and therefore producing the results and the success that you're looking for, specifically around whatever it is you want to change in your life as a participant in this tribe in our 2023 mastermind. We're building momentum here, and Saturday's mastermind, we're jumping in. We're going to really rock this first quarter. But I've been getting the pulse in your one-on-ones, and I've just been seeing where everyone is. Now we're going to jump right in, and we're really going to create some severe pattern interrupts. So I'm going to give you an experiment today. And just notice what your mind says or how you feel about this suggestion, okay? Because these types of little suggestions they're decades of experience, decades. I've been coaching 30 years. But beyond the decades of experience, they're supported with this cosmic energy that is ready to explode the way we live as humans on the planet. So a really simple way for you to open yourself to rewiring and refiring is taking deliberate small actions. It doesn't have to be super abrupt. Like whatever it is you want to create in your life may feel like a big mountain you got to climb. And sometimes we look up at this mountain that feels so astronomical of this desire of something that we have, and we say to ourselves unconsciously, well, now I got to learn to jump to the top of the mountain, right? And that's impossible. But that's not what you have to do. You just have to learn to find the path to take one step at a time to traverse the mountain and get to your desired goal, right? Well, one way that you can support figuring out the next step to start that ascension up to the top of the mountain where your goal is by creating a simple, subtle pattern interrupt. And there's power in this statement if you don't let it fly over your head. So a simple pattern interrupt can be from a place of curiosity. What happens when I listen to what the coach is saying and I find something in my life to create a pattern interrupt in today. Like, what if I just changed my route of how I go to the grocery store? What if I changed my route and I look at everything with fresh eyes as if I'm in a new city? What happens? You don't know until you do it. But what I will tell you will happen, even if it doesn't seem profound as you're taking that new route, what is profound is the way it begins to disengage the way your brain has fired and wired itself. And what if all you had to do was intentionally change the pattern of going to the grocery store or going to work or taking a different subway route or taking the, rather than taking the underground, taking the street level? What happens when you change the pattern of your routine in the morning? Now notice what happens when I say that, right? I can't do that. It works for me, right? I know it works for you. But what if just brushing your teeth before you washed your face could help rewire and fire the way your synapses are programmed in your mind? And all you got to do is not brush your teeth before you take your shower, or just break one thing in your routine. What happens when we ask that question and we take the action? Asking the question in your mental body from a place of curiosity, really wanting to know, what happens? What happens when I just brush my teeth differently for a week in my morning routine? What happens? And then you change the pattern. Changing the vibration of the thought and changing the pattern adds amazing shift in the way your brain is firing and wiring. Why is that important today? Because the energies in the next 3 days want to support your ability to move in your mental body to a higher frequency. And I'm giving you a very simple tool how to do that. So what happens if everybody who's on this call or listens to the replay breaks the pattern, breaks your pattern in some very simple way? It doesn't have to be super abrupt, between Monday and Friday, and then we all meet on Saturday. What happens to your receptivity, to your openness, to the clarity that presents itself in the material on Saturday if you run this pattern interrupt for the next 5 days? I don't know. But I know that it will support the way your brain fires and wires and keeps you anchored to your sabotage. I know it'll free you up. So I want to invite you to move into a high level of curiosity. What happens when I just change something in my pattern? And what happens if I take it to the next level and I stay in curiosity most of the day? So when somebody shows up in my circle of experience, even at work, what happens if I talk less and listen more? What happens if I pause before I give my answer? What happens if I change one thing in my routine in the course of my day? Just because it pops into my head. Oh yeah, I can rewire and refire simply by changing the pattern. What happens if I do it more than once today? Right? The idea is to move you into a level of curiosity to help begin to change the way your brain wires and fires. So it's going to support the material that we're going to go explore together on Saturday, and how it is related to the energies that are going to move us through February. I hope you find that helpful, beautiful soul. I'm super excited for what's possible for all of us this year. And I'm really excited for what the energies are doing this week in preparation for our mastermind and our energy update on Saturday. So I'm going to leave you there. It's 7:20. I went a little bit over. I want to reassure you, there's only love for you here. And when I say that, I mean inside of you. There's only love for you in your upgraded heart chakra. Because the essence of who your drop in the infinite ocean of oneness is pure love. And the more you can connect to that essence of that pure love that is you, the more you open yourself to these energies that want to bring you to a new level of understanding. And then I'm just going to end with this. Doesn't matter how defeated you have felt in the past. It doesn't matter how defeated or scared you might feel in this moment. You are capable of so much more than your wounded third dimensional persona, your pattern of self-sabotage has ever allowed you to fully embrace, and you're moving toward that. These energies are going to move you into a belief about yourself to just take the next step and then the next one and the next one. You do not have to learn how to jump from the ground, the valley, the floor valley to the top of the mountain. All you got to do is trust yourself to take the next step. And the next step is where? Always right in front of you. And some of you don't know what that next step is. These energies in this pattern interrupt of curiosity are ready to show you what that next step is. That's where I'm going to leave you. I love you tons. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you on Saturday. Be well.